Page 2, Activity A, Fishing Regulations. Get the gizmo ready. Click on the original settings and restart. On the Conditions tab, check the fishing is selected. So you go back to your um, gizmo, make sure that it should be around 50% or at 50%. Go down to Return to Original Settings, and then click down here. You'll have 10, and then you click Restart. It should go back down to 0. Make sure that you're on the Fishing tab. Alright, Introduction. Fishing is a major part of the Caribbean economies. The yellow-tailed snapper and the Nassau group are the important food fishes. However, the lack of adequate regulation has led to overfishing in many areas and the consequent damage to the reefs. The goal of this activity are to observe the effects of overfishing and determine how much fishing the reef can withstand. Question: what are the effects of fishing on the reef ecosystem? Describe. On the Coral Reef tab, click on the Spotlight Parrotfish, the Queen Angelfish, the Yellow Snapper, and the Nassau Grouper. Describe what each of these fish eat. So what you'll do is you'll click on, maybe you want to pause, click on, this is the Spotlight Parrotfish, important herbivore that feeds on algae, sorry, but may also damage corals, eaten by groupers, snappers, and other predators. Current population is 825. So you'll take the spotlight parrotfish. So you go right here, spotlight parrotfish, and you write down that it eats algae and it eats or damages the corals. So you write that in here. Next one, you'll find the yellow snapper. That's the angel. So the yellow snapper kind of has that white underbody. Important food fish and a predator that feeds on yellowfish, shrimp, crab, and worms. So you'll go to the yellow snapper and you'll write down that it is feeds on young fish, shrimp, and crabs and worms. Next we'll go to the queen angelfish. So that's the blue one with the yellow tail. Common reef fish that feeds primarily on sponges. So you'll write down that it eats sponges. And the Nassau grouper. Where is the Nassau grouper? Yep. Alright, so the Nassau grouper is the white and black fish with like the spines on top. It's a large predatory fish that feeds on many of the reef fish, including the snappers, angelfish, and parrotfish. So you'll write down that it eats the snapper, angelfish, and parrotfish right here. Alright. Predict. Set the grouper to 70%. How do you think the level of fishing will affect the populations of other fish in the simulated reef? Explain your reasoning. So in this one, you don't actually need to know, but we're going to increase the grouper. So if you can recall what the grouper eats, that'll help you out with number 2. So in this one, predict and explain why. Number 3, select the Data tab. Check that every species is selected and advance the year 10 times. Which fish population increased and which fish population decreased? So you'll need to go here, take the grouper, increase it to 70, advance it, we'll hit play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pause. look at the data, look at which one decreased. If it's hard to see, you can always increase. Probably don't want to go too much. And you can look at which color decreased and which color increased. If you're not sure, you can always click on or off, and it'll show you a better better idea which is the actual fish that's being increased or decreased. Number 4, explain why do you think the snapper population changed the way that it did. So again, you're looking at your graph and you're trying to make sense of why do you think the snapper, yellow snapper, went up. Number 5, predict. Click return to original settings and restart. Set the snapper to 70%. How do you think this will affect the other fish populations? Explain your reasoning. So we set the grouper up to 70. Now we're going to do the snapper up to 70. This one is again a predict, so you want to write down your thinking before you run the lab.